on Twitter. But let's move on now. Senate Deputy Speaker Kembe Gitura has today published a bill seeking to change the law that will remove Nairobi County from its status as a county. In his proposal, Gitura wants the president to appoint a cabinet secretary to take charge of Nairobi affairs. Legal minds say it will require a referendum to pull this off, which begs the question, what was the motive of this amendment? Anyone with a clue, panel?
I don't know. Every bill published has a memorandum of objects in which the mover or the person behind the bill explains why he's proposing this kind of amendments. So personally, I've not read them, and I'm sure you have not read them. But on a larger scale, I think it's a good idea. I think that's the tradition around the world. Right? You go to the US, I'm sure Washington, D.C. has a special law, right? I've heard Nigerians talk in those movies we watch, talking about the 36 states and the federal capital, Abuja, meaning that it's governed. And so for me, what the senator should have done is maybe to draft a law that explains how he wants the city to be managed. But now we're giving it to the president again, so we're going back to the city commission.
To give it context, he wants the president to appoint a cabinet secretary in charge of Nairobi affairs.
Let's put it this way first. Of course, to change that kind of a setup, you need a referendum. It's the representation of the people of Nairobi. Nairobi is one of the 47 counties in the constitution. You can't just change it. But I would think, I've not also seen the bill.
But they know this, of course.
Yeah, but I've not seen the bill. But I would think that maybe he wants a cabinet secretary. I've not seen the bill. Let me take that disclaimer. But I think he would want a cabinet secretary, even as the arrangements are now. Okay, that would be more reasonable. But let me say this. I've also held the position that Nairobi should not be taken like all the other counties. Nairobi is such a special point that, and you see, the problem we have is that Nairobi is split into two. We have the eastern and the western. It's said that once you cross Moi Avenue, okay, you go up, you have in a different Nairobi, and once you go down, you're in a different Nairobi. And the voters on this side don't understand the voters on the other side. So we are in that kind of, somebody was suggesting that we should even be having two governors in Nairobi. I think that's even the way we should go. So that one belongs to this side.
Already we are overrepresented. I don't think anyone is sorting out the problem. Yeah. The Kenyans are overrepresented.
Yes.
Okay. Why do we have 1,200, 300 plus MCAs? Why?
Okay, actually, we should even the whole country. Forget about Nairobi. We should be having 7 counties. That has been my position. It may come, it may never. But Nairobi, as it is, it's such a city that we can't just play around with by electing all kind of characters. You know that if one is able to garner votes from the lower side and they are majority, then we can put anyone on that seat.
I think that's a bit condescending. Yeah, I think that's a bit condescending. I think what you need to say is
is adapting.
I think you didn't listen to the side I said the person comes.
I think you've been overruled. Now listen.
I believe actually what they're saying is very correct. Nairobi is a heartbeat of the nation. It's it's a place that is trade, and we are actually the hub of trade around the region. I think it shouldn't be taken for granted. And now with the prospects of the governors who are lining up to take over the city, I'm afraid we might actually need to support the bill and have it put under a special, vote county so that we can able to manage it like a professional, like an organization, where we actually manage garbage and manage roads and manage traffic in a way that is able to attract trade and bring people to come and see our city. But if
why can't we do that now with the setup we have? What stops us from doing that?
Because it is a political, you cannot achieve that with a political system.
The mayor of London is elected by the people and is able to achieve all these things. So what's the difference?
No, Nairobi is part of the rest of the country, okay? In fact, all the corruption that came, some people say all the people in Nairobi who are corrupt in this city, they all came from the villages and brought their bad manners here. That may be true or not. But the point is Nairobi is just like any other part of the country. So if it's a political center point for all what is happening in the rest of the country, we can't manage. If today you are a governor of this city, if you are to attempt to do the right way, somebody tried to introduce metro buses here and he was told, look, we have matatu cartels here, you have to respect that position. And the people telling you that are senior in their positions or they are people of influence. You try anything here, there will be one force or the other obstructing you.
I would still ask, why is it impossible?
Nairobi has collapsed.
If we change it, what exactly would it change?
If you grew up in the early 90s, you know exactly what I mean. I used to live in Dandora. We used to have garbage trucks coming twice a week. We used to have
proper road used to have proper playing amenities.
Where
We used
you
to do all
saying-
those things. Where you saying we're coming from? But all that has collapsed.
I didn't say
it has collapsed. Why don't we salvage the city and just say let's have it over into
But
the...
actually, you're asking a very important question that I think nobody's answering, and I also don't have an answer.
Yeah.
That what will change, and why can't we do it after all? Even the serious cities of the capitals of the world have mayors elected by the people. But then again, Nairobi is just part of Kenya.
You see,
corruption.
what would the government, the central government, do when the governor of Nairobi, who is elected on a certain different party, is not doing anything?
Yeah.
Those are the kind of, if you want
Dynamics.
Nairobi to grow, just put it as a face of the national government.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about national politics now that Nairobi, we cannot fix it. And clearly the season for musical chairs is here. Early in the week, Amani leader Wycliffe Mudavadi announced a partnership with CORD leader Raila Odinga. Little details is known about this supposed merger, but immediately attention shifted to Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, we should say, had a press conference today with Raila Odinga. So where does this arrangement leave his agreement with Raila? Well, Kalonzo says he will have time to discuss this with Raila shortly. What do we make of this? Danish?
I think it's scary that other leaders are going to be shortchanged, or it's scary that other leaders are going to be...
It's politics. It happens.
It's scary, and it's a warning to every leader to have a political base that is reliable. But I don't think Kalonzo Musyoka needs to worry about Mudavadi's joining of CORD or NASA or whatever, because at the end of the day, the national cake is too big to be shared by 3 people only. So it's enough for everybody. The only idea is this: let them come together and let them bring an end to the looting that is going on. Let them come together, whatever. We don't care. Even if they give us one person, they say, oh, by the way, this man is the one you're choosing, we will actually vote and just say, it's all right, end the looting. Please, end the looting.
Let me play the Jubilee advocate in this case. Now, how many months do we have to elections? About 8.
Yes.
Okay?
We are not
Between
sure.
then, the only team that looks set for the elections for now is Jubilee. Okay? This CORD...
Why do they look set for the elections?
Wait, I'll be coming to that.
Let it
Jubilee has its own people, the key people in their positions. Now, CORD is still thinking around the whole mathematics. Who should be here, who shouldn't. And for the 8 months, we are going to see all kinds of things. Kalonzo going in, Musalia out, Ngilu coming in, and Wetangula out. You are going to have the musical chairs you're talking about within CORD itself. Up to the point, the last minute. Some of these characters will make up their minds at the very last month. That is when now you'll see that now we have a kind of a structure of the opposition.
So what you're saying now, we're worrying about nothing.
Let me ask him a question. Is it possible that Jubilee could also have the same problem in and out?
No, Jubilee has a presidential candidate.
No.
Why are we
Is it
forgetting the
possible?
2013 elections when the deal was signed at Jivanji Gardens? It was signed how many months before the election?
No.
In 2002, before the National Rainbow Coalition walked out, the National Land...
It was in July.
It was in, when was it?
Let's agree on this.
I think, no, Wahome, what you're missing is this, that the voting blocks in this country have already made up their mind. All they're waiting for is who is our leader. That's all they're waiting for. Vote for Jubilee and for CORD.
Voting blocks have made up their minds, yeah? But if you are telling me that right now we know who will be the deputy president of, the running mate of who in CORD? Whom do you think will be the running mate of who within CORD?
Are we saying that the candidate is known for CORD? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's what I'm not saying. Yeah? Do you know the running mate? Do you know the candidate? So that kind of a situation arrangement will be in place for quite a long time. You can't fix that now. You can't just declare that now we have decided it's rectangular.
My only worry would be, if they break up, that would be my main worry, that then CORD will be losing considerable amount of votes if they let Kalonzo go, or if they let Mudavadi run on his own, like he did in 2013, where he took over 400,000 votes. But if they remain together, regardless of who is the president or who is the deputy president, I believe it's a considerable force that is able to send the looting government home.
Whether CORD has a candidate or not, to me, is not the issue. And again, when we argue that way, the way my friend is arguing, he's actually clutching on straws. The issue is, look at Jubilee. He's now stuck in its own home, where even the language itself is very caustic. They're talking about their ex, talking about other people's husbands, other people's children. Jubilee, no. The issue here is that I have watched, for example, the cost. It's sort of, I'm even seeing Makwere running away.
We're getting
Trouble.
there. We're getting there.
I am seeing in Western,
Yes, we're getting there. Elsewhere, a local daily today, where Oruko works, claimed President Uhuru Kenyatta personally rang KANU leader Gideon Moi, urging him not to join forces with opposition in their attempts to build an alliance that will unseat him. The Baringo senator yesterday spent the day with ODM deputy leader in a function in Masailand, and speculation has been rife he's warming up to the opposition. This is what he had to say in one of the jibes and the fights.
Alinieleza yeye ni sycophant number 1 ya William Ruto. Come on. Kule mimi mfanyakazi ya William Ruto. Nilishangaa kwa sababu mimi nimweleza mimi ni mfanyakazi ya wakazi ya Baringo. Mimi nashughulika tu kwa kazi ya hawa. Na kazi ya hawa hata kwa huko Marakwet. Ogot Kipsigis Nandi tugul. Tuone wamepata haki yao. Simple.
Well, and today the KANU leader responded to President Uhuru Kenyatta, asking him that to come directly and talk to the people of Rift Valley, and the people do not trust the deputy president. So here we are. The man is, coming into character, starting to, sort of show his true signs and where he's leaning.
Let me continue my line of thinking first. That, yes, they have a candidate. But look at cost. Can you really say Jubilee is in charge of cost?
They've never
Perception-wise. No, perception-wise. No. 5 years with 1 million title deeds, nothing moving. I think that's what I can see. Go to Western, 1 billion from Mia Sugar, but again, so whether you have a candidate and you have all this baggage around you, I think you have a problem. And right. I would go with what he's saying, that maybe there's a trigger that it doesn't matter who will be.
Let me answer that.
Side.
Yes.
I think Gideon Moi is baying for someone's blood. He's about to revenge what
Whose
happened
blood?
to their family. I will not mention names here. But he'll be a casualty soon.
Before.
I will be a casualty before. Because sometimes when you have, annihilated an entire family in politics. Remember in 2007, none in that family actually made it because of the power, allegedly, of the deputy president. But then again, he went ahead and started, now being a bit busy, like Oruko said, being involved in cat fights and dog fights. But now the giants are coming back home to say, you know what, this kingdom belongs to us. We've ruled it for 24 years. When we were in power, we gave you free roads. We gave you medical health. We actually boosted your life. Now, this person has been in power for 4 years. All we've seen around is that we have been mentioned in scandals. We have done this. He's abused people. He's now making us look bad. Now, why don't you give us the chance again to make this county better again and this community stronger again? And I think our friend, the deputy president, must now begin to worry. Two forces will
let me point out this and say this. I like the position that Gideon Moi is in. Mm-hmm. He has a party called KANU. I like KANU. I wish we were allowed to go back to KANU.
No.
But he is in a position where anyone can come and woo his party. Okay? If Uhuru want to go and talk to him so that he doesn't jeopardize his presidency, fair enough. If the opposition leader want to go and ask for support from him, fair enough. This is a man who stands in between, and that is the kind of thing I think the Mashinani Party is also trying to do, to be a force on its own.
In their own locality.
Yes, within the Rift Valley.
Yes.
Those are the forces that really threaten William Ruto's position within that region.
And it's building and it's gelling.
But still, that should come at 2022, because for now, Ruto is behind Uhuru.
All
so
right.
when you are talking about opposing Ruto, are you also saying that you will not vote for Uhuru?
That's a point we need to execute much later. But finally, Raila Odinga and his deputy, Ali Hassan Joho, today held something they called a working lunch with former critic of Raila and currently ambassador to Tanzania, Chirau Ali Mokwere. Mokwere, who's rumored to be interested in the governorship seat of Kwale, where the incumbent Salim Vuria has defected ODM and joined Jubilee. Similar rumors were abound for tourism CS Najib Balala, but through his Twitter account, Balala rubbished those claims. That picture on the Super Bowl, that's showing there. Comment on it, one quickly, as we finish this up.
Yeah.
What do you make of this?
Sign of the troubles that Jubilee is facing. 1 million. This is their envoy, their ambassador to the kingpin of Jubilee in cost. Is actually deserting them. Serious trouble. It doesn't matter whether CORD has a candidate or not. Jubilee must blame itself for the misfortunes. You author your own misfortunes by chest thumping. That's the problem that Jubilee is facing.
And we understand that. But it's time for people to position themselves where they think they will win.
Yes,
Listen,
yes,
even
yes.
if I was a cabinet minister in Jubilee government now, and I was very sure I would be running for a position election in Ukambani, I would camp at the very earliest, at the very latest point in time.
Which is now.
So that I'm able to, and I'll explain it. In my region, I can't be elected on your ticket.
Yeah.
So those are called the alignment.
It actually proves that the professor of politics, once again, his cards are actually playing, because when they pulled the rug off his feet by snatching Mvurya and a few, coast rebels, they thought that they had won, but then they did not know that then the secret card was actually waiting. And now the secret card is Ali Mokwere. And if they're able to solidify Kwale, they're able to solidify Mombasa and Kilifi, Tana River, and also Taita Taveta, and they bring a huge chunk of votes.
But let me also add that the mere going to court doesn't really mean that he's going to win. Mvurya may as well win, but the symbolism.
Okay. Gentlemen?
89% voted for CORD in Kwale County in 2013.
So,
I don't think
so
that
just the
ground has
tickets.
changed.
All right?
Don't think that ground has
Darish
changed,
Odongo,
yes.
Wahome Dhuku, Ibrahim Oruko. Panel, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your thoughts. And we'll leave it there. And as well, thank you for keeping us company on Twitter. We asked you if you think the opposition has stopped the government from working. Do you think the opposition has stopped the government from working? 73% of you think absolutely not. 27% of you say yes. There you are. And thank you for your comments. I'll be retweeting some. Have a lovely night.